Siona God, hello all. Good afternoon, and Wado. Thank you for watching. This is day 17 of reading Lone Wolf Alpha Squad Copy Over by James Rink. And we're continuing on with the My Lab Experiencer. It's not testimony, but it's his story. The enemy worked in the shadows and were really fast and rarely seen. My back still hurts like hell in the same spots I got hit with. As for remembering battles, it is rare for me, but when I do, they are pretty hardcore. One other thing, I remember telling someone that I've been doing this for over 150 years and that they would think the armor would be up to speed. The armor was more of an exoskeleton, very new. I had some serious weapons too, and a lot of them. All black, strange metal armor. I believe I was shot in the part of the spine because it was the weak point of the armor. It was a concentration of fire. The 5 to 6 bullets were what made it through. They fired a lot of rounds with a heavy machine gun. You know, that makes me think of, I believe it's Call of Duty where, well, yeah, the creator of Call of Duty, quote unquote, died, right? I wonder what he really knew. And anyway, and then, anyway, I think it was them that, like, those guys where that he takes you through the little, to get you familiarized with like the weapon systems and everything. And because the guy's like, oh, what happened? And he's like, oh, you got one of these. And if you look at him, there's like an exoskeleton thing. So it's like part bionic or whatever. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a metal frame around the part of the limb or limbs that no longer works properly. And it can even be like a spine or whatever and stuff. But anyways, I have to look it up to be sure. As for the weapons, they were almost futuristic, but not too far. Picture one of them. It was like a built-in electrical Vulcan. When I say built-in, I mean right into the armor. Nothing bulky. The armor was smooth and moved with me almost like the Black Panther suit, but metal, minus the helmet. The ammo was integrated right into the armor, almost liquid in nature. It was amazing. The armor had to be removed from the back and had ridges along the spine. Side arms were made to almost read where I wanted them to hit. Very fast firing, unlimited ammo. They were attached to the armor by some kind of tether. No gaps in the armor either. Boots to match, helmet and IR and night vision, but would auto block bright light bursts. The sidearms were about the size of Desert Eagles, but no kick. Smaller handle and made for me alone. Oh, there's end quotes right there. So that's the end of that. Some super soldiers are also able to hack into and surf any computer network using their minds due to their integrated cybernetic technology. All of this is powered with a power cell located in their mid to upper stomach areas. Unfortunately, they can also explode, destroying a large area like a nuclear bomb. Good grief. These synthetic beings connected into the AI are known as ontocyborg energetic life forms. ONTOCYBORGENERGETIC. Energetic, yeah, life forms. They have no soul and are not as effective for use as a super soldier, as institution must come from a God source. Intuition, good grief, as intuition must come from a God source. Well, that makes sense. They may look human, but they possess no human feelings. However, they can mimic human feelings. Ooh. According to testimony from Super Warrior Larry Solarz, SOLARZ, the SSP has the ability to switch souls between cloned bodies. The Greys may have been given this technology to the Cabal, as well, but I'm not sure. If this were possible, they would first inject a drug to keep a candidate from blacking out, then use telepathy to find your worst fears and torture you into leaving your body. Good God. Then they would, yeah, it says it, put a clone of you nearby, which contains at least some your own, so probably some of your own DNA, and destroy the original, leaving no option but to enter into the cloned body or die. Whoa. I don't know if this happens. If it does, then the good news is they still can't control the soul, only the body it occupies. Oh, yeah. That'd be insane if they could control your soul, you know what I mean? Crystal soul transfer chair used by the Greys. Chair is crystalline pink and fixed against a wall. There are no straps or anything to lock you in place. When you sit on it, you turn transparent and they have your soul. The gun is used to cause harm. drawing courtesy of William Ross. There it is right there. That's a big old gun right there. It's like something in of some sort of a video game or something. The cyborgs, which are connected into the AI and have a soul, should be considered dangerous. However, their programming can be turned and they can break free from AI. When this happens, they are known as ascended machine technology. Unlike soulless beings, which only mimic feelings, ascended machines possess human feelings. Moral and ethical tests are required to distinguish between the two. I was thinking about Terminator at the same time I was reading that. Like how Arnold Schwarzenegger's character kind of seemed to be less robot, you know, as the times went on. Ascended machines which follow the lighted path are known as Eva Borgs. Those who follow the dark side are Draco Borgs, and they are often infested with ontoparasitic entities, ontoparasitic entities, i.e. demons. Some of these beings are living out their lives in society, unaware of their programming. Their altar could be connected to cybernetic clones in underground facilities via satellites and implant technology. This type of programming requires femtites, FEMTITES, seating, like seating, SEATING protocols, and torture. Trip chairs. There are four types of trip chairs. I'm tripping all over myself. Consciousness chairs, teleportation chairs, remote viewing chairs, and total recall chairs. What? I wonder if that's like the movie. All of which use alien technology to interface a person's thoughts and feelings for manifestation purposes. I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. The consciousness chair is found on board alien spacecraft. If a person has the right DNA, they can navigate these crafts using a mind interface. The teleportation chair is the Montauk chair. Basically, users can open up wormholes into time or different places. The remote viewing chair is used for intelligence gathering and assassinations. A vector is given, which is an encrypted code for a targeted location. The chair would then decode brainwave signals to so what was being seen by the remote viewer could be viewed on monitors by technicians. Whoa. If the technician wanted to assassinate someone remotely, they would locate the weakest chakra on the targeted individual and attack it physically, resulting in a heart attack or death. Yeah. And this brings us to the total recall chair. Oh, yes. Located within the Neo Lab, where my lab and super soldiers are programmed and brainwashed. According to the Peasemore, Peasemore, dumb, deep underground military base security officer Barry King, this device is more simply referred to as the trip seat. Just like in the movie Total Recall, memories would be uploaded, oh my gosh, and downloaded from a computer terminal. Wow. The trip chair itself looks like a dentist chair, which is hooked up to a computer. They contain $17 to $30 million of gold and platinum precious metals, according to Michael Prince. Once you lay in it, a foam-like material surrounds the body and locks it into place. What? The trip chair has 8 metallic tubes covered with plastic memory foam material on the back side of the chair, which connects to the floor. It contains a pumping system that prevents you from moving and glues you to the chair. You understand what is going on but can't move. Electrodes are connected to fingertips and connected to the spinal cord with red cords with switches. They are watching impulses of the body on the monitor. The tubing system also plugs into central nervous systems and injects drugs, which allow you to connect the spinal cord to the brain. They may also include mind fracturing drugs such as barbiturate 1V, amphetamine 1V, with benzylate hallucinogen, code BZ. Benzylate is BENZILATE. And you know, they prescribe these things to people in general, and I wonder, like, does that make them easier to manipulate? I don't know. At this point, they may place a helmet visor with holes over the head. Electricity is pulsed through the spinal cord, and the consciousness begins to separate from the energy body. The participant may hear a click, click, click sound, possibly from the helmet. The body then changes vibration, and the consciousness is either pushed out and placed into a new clone, or they may just program and upload new memories into the original host. Wow, that sounds terrifying. If they are trying to fracture the participant and a computer would find their most, excuse me, okay, so the transition's weird. If they are trying to fracture the participant and a computer would find their worst fears and use them in a virtual reality dreamlike scenario to traumatize and shatter the mind into alter personalities. They have a name for this process. It's called uptime. At this point, the operative may say something like, "Give me your mind." What? Orbs begin to appear in the room and the subject becomes very weak and slowly starts to lose all their memories while new memories are being programmed in as seen on the holographic screens in the room. So here's the trip seat. It contains memory foam to lock you in place. A visor and special headphones are placed on the subject once seated and strapped in. So there it is. And it shows a gray back there monitoring screens. Look at that right there. Some victims recall seeing a green laser-like light coming from the ceiling and scanning the head. I believe this is how they upload and download memories. Remember, memories are holographic and are not stored in the brain but outside the body with an aura. And they can be manipulated just like a rainbow spectrum of colors and can radiate from white light. So all they need to do is shift long-term memories around where the short-term memories are, and a victim would have no clue of what they have been doing, allowing them to upload structured programming skill sets such as foreign languages, weapons usage, martial arts capabilities, etc. at a very rapid rate. This according to James Casbolt's book, Agent Buried Alive. Casbolt is C-A-S-B-O-L-T. When we arrived, I was taken into lab and strapped into a seat that looked like a dentist chair. There was a large screen in front of me and I was injected with another drug. I later found out the name of the drug. It is an accelerated learning drug called scopolamine, S-C-O-P-O-L-A-M-I-N-E. Another drug is also used called dithenol C, D-Y-T-H-E-N-O-L, and then capital C. One man stood to the left of the chair and another man stood to the right. They were both dressed in lab coats. The man on the right said to me, "If you forget everything we've told you, try and remember one thing. He'll try and convince you that pain feels like pleasure." He pointed to another man when he said this. Images then started to appear on the screen in front of me and I do not remember anything after that. Recall hammer. Another technology used by the Germans to erase memories is a recall hammer or shock hammer technology, which originated from the Greys. The hammer is a steel-like device which contains a cone-shaped crystal structure coated with platinum, which holds an electromagnetic field. When the tip touches a person's forehead, the unit activates inside